What's up, everybody? It's your boy DC coming to you from that Grindhouse. Welcome to Hater Nation. So we're going to try to get this video through this video as fast as possible. Got a lot of information to cover. So as we talked about in the mind game part 3 is how to get more time in the pocket by, blocking running back or not blocking running backs. I'm sorry, blocking tight ends and looking at sets where the tight end is actually on the line, because it's going to help you with the double team of those X factors and things like that. So the next thing is going to be able to read the defense and pull in coverages. All right. Once you get an idea of what defense they're running, then you're going to be able to start learning how to pull their own coverage in their defense. So initially, what you want to know is are they running base align, man align, or are they in default? Okay, that's going to be kind of set up for you. And when you come out, all you have to do is in my first set, I like to come out in the single back tray because it has all the receivers on one side, and it's going to tell me whether they're man aligned or they're base aligned, or if they're playing man to man or things like that. And it's going to give me a good idea of what coverages they like to run. Okay, so when we come out in certain sets, it's just going to be a tell on what they are running, because if they're running default, as soon as they come out, it's going to tell you that they're in cover 3. It's going to tell you that they're in cover 2, unless they're running some variant, which a lot of people don't run. It's just a variant, like there is a cover 3 show 4 or something like that. The only one people really run is the cover 2 show, or the cover 4 show 2 out of the 3-4 odd. A lot of people aren't going to run different variants, so it's just going to give you really easy tells to tell what kind of defense they're in. So we're going to just go to random play, and what we're going to look at is the difference between a pre-snap and a post-snap read. So the pre-snap read tells me right here immediately it's cover 2 out of the nickel 2-4-5. The reason is I see the two outside linebackers that are standing up. Okay, that lets me know nickel 2-4-5. I see the 2 DBs on the outside standing at the 5-yard line, and then I see the 2 deep safeties standing as 2 deep safeties in the back. Tells me cover 2 out of the 2-4-5. That is immediately what I see when I see this. Okay, and I was actually wrong. It is a cover. It's a cover 2 look, but it is a cover 3. That is a difference between a pre-snap and a post-snap read. So once I get into here, and I'm going to run something, like I said, into pulling the coverage in a cover 2, and I know that that's going to pull coverage. He doesn't react like a cover 2. He is actually open, but I could throw it or something like that. Well, it happened to be different than what I thought. So now I'm taking a note. This is nickel 2-4-5. All these defenses are just funky. So we're just going to just run a draw. Those defenses they're all weird. They all have the same kind of look, but just it's kind of hard to tell what coverage. So this right here screams cover 6 to me. And the reason it screams cover 6 is if you look at the right side over here, you'll see Gilmore. He's on the 5-yard line, which says cover 2. If you look at the other the other corner, McCourty, he's backed off the 5-yard line, which says cover 6, cover 2, cover 6. All right, so that's what that says to me. And then Gilmore's side happens to be the cover 2. All right, so if we look at it, it's a cover 6. Very easy to tell. So as soon as it comes out, those are the things that you want to look at. So we'll run a play and we'll just check out one more. We'll just get down. Okay. So as you come in, it looks like a cover 4, but seeing those guys push up says that it's not cover 4. It could be man-to-man. Now, in a man-to-man look, which is not, it happens to be a cover 3. They just pressed really weird. I don't know. This is random play. They just throw some random crap out there. So if they would be in a man-to-man look, and I'm going to show you the difference between a man-to-man and a zone. Here, when I motion my guy, as you can see, he doesn't get followed all the way across the screen. Now, in order to go back, once I've depicted that I know that it's a zone, I'll just go ahead, hit the audibles button, and then reset the play. I will not motion him back. And the reason is because if I motion him back, he could get followed by somebody else coming back. And it's just weird because it will start to move zones around because they're in default. So they're going to have to come out and change. But a lot of people are going to either base align, they're going to show blitz already. So that's not going to really be a big factor. If they're running just a straight default, you're just going to have a good idea on what they're doing there. Okay, so now if it is a man-to-man situation, we'll just run the cover 2 man. Okay, once I motion my guy, as you can see, Gilmore is running all the way across the screen. Okay, now his man may have changed, and we're just going to see if it did. It did not, so Gilmore is still there, but we'll go ahead and reset the play just so I know it's going to go back to the default way it is run. And I have an idea, he's in man-to-man. So this is going to be the kind of stuff, and you don't have to do this the whole entire game. It's just in the first quarter, you kind of want to get an idea of what they're running. Most people are going to show you all their defensive plays in the first quarter. So once you get that idea, okay, he's running cover 3, and this is what his cover 3 looks like. He's running cover 4, that's what his cover 4 looks like. He's running man-to-man, and this is what his man-to-man looks like. Okay, now I have an idea. He's running cover 6, and this is what his cover 6 looks like. Now I have an idea. Now I can start to go into pulling coverages. And we're going to show you really quick on how to pull coverages in any kind of set. And a lot of it is going to be dealing with the outside receivers. Okay, so we're just going to call this play here, and you can do this in any of your coverages. You just want to know exactly what's going to work here, and we're just going to call the bench. Okay, we're going to call the bench, and we're going to look at cover 2 because there are only a certain amount of zones that run the outside zones. Okay, so there's curl flats, there's cloud flats, there's seam flats, and then there's quarter flats, which is the quarter and the seam are almost similar. They do different things, but they're similar because they have matching principles in them. So there's only so many outside, there are only so many outside zones, and that's all you want to know is how to start pulling those outside zones where you want them to go. So we'll look at cover 2 first, and I'm going to show you how to pull that cover 2 blue. Okay, all you have to do to pull that cover 2 blue is have a 5-yard out. You have a 5-yard out, he's going to pull that cover 2 blue to that side. As you can see, he runs there, and I can throw my guy right over there, over the top. Really nice, easy pass play. Okay, that's why I like the bench. The bench is really good at pulling coverages. Okay, so as you can see here, he was lined up. My man went down, and he pushed out. He pulled that blue all the way to that side. That is what a 5-yard out is going to do. The 5-yard out is going to pull the coverage. Same thing on this side. He doesn't move because I was actually on him. But we'll show you on both sides that's going to work. We'll get off Gilmore. Here, as you can see, he pulls. Now Gilmore's a little bit better, so he's going to play that top route better than most corners, and it's just because his reaction time is faster and he backs up a little bit better because he's not going to give everything up. He is like almost psychic. As you can see, he pulls just like the other one pulls, but then he tends to back up a little bit because he's trying to really cover. Okay, but as you can see, both sides pulls to the edge, and then Gilmore's side, he's starting to pull to that edge. He kind of stops and he gives up the underneath because he knows that he can come and play it. But that's just to understand, you know, it's Gilmore playing it and Gilmore's trying to make a play. You know, that's the difference that they'll give to the X Factor guys. Okay, so that's quickly on how you pull cover 2. So now we're going to talk about how to pull cover 3. Which is going to be that flat zone, which is going to be your cover 3 and your cover 4. So we're going to go into the same exact setup here into my tight flex, and I'm going to tell you why this works. And this is with the outmost receiver, okay? Because if you look at the bench switch, it is not the out receiver, and they're going to react different than they would in the bench on an out route to the outside guy. So we're just going to go with this stick route. here, and we're just gonna go into cover 3. It's not gonna matter to cover 3, okay? All you wanna do is just look how well that route from Brown will pull that flat, okay? As he starts to go up, he pulls it there. I can throw a nice, you know, easy pass to him, and he potentially picks it. That's just how that goes. Okay, really love this play, right? Nice, easy pass play to Cole Beasley. But as you can see, we're really just looking at how you pull this coverage here. This flat will literally pull that curl flat right to the outside to his zone. He pulls him every single time, okay? And he's just gonna sit down on the route. Same thing, vice versa. On the other side, he's pulling it, and it doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a DB or anything. He's going to pull that coverage down, okay? So that's how you're gonna pull coverages on cover 2 and cover 3. Once you know how to do that, then the concepts of what you're running is going to help you greatly. Now, if you have, and it's a quick note, if you have 3 receivers on one side, it's not going to work, okay? He's not going to pull just off of a flat because there's 3 guys over there. It changes the way that he runs. So if you want to run it, let's say I wanted to run that in a bunch, and we'll run Atlanta Sale, doesn't really matter, and we'll run the cover 3, okay? If we ran, let's say we went B to a flat, and then A to, I just snapped the ball. As you can see, he played it different. I didn't mean to snap the ball. We'll go ahead. Even with B, the outside most receiver, we'll send him in a flat. We'll send A on a smart routed up, right? Which would normally pull that coverage, but as you can see, it doesn't pull it. It doesn't pull it down like it would normally pull it down. Now, you could run that, right? Here, as you can see, he doesn't get sucked down like we want him to, because there's 3 receivers on that side, and he's gonna play both receivers really well. But even in the bunch, if you wanted to run that there we go. We just move Croft off that side. Let's go ahead and block him now. We got better blocking on that side. We're just gonna run B to a flat and right bumper to a smart routed out. Here, as you can see, he pulls the coverage and we can get him wide open in that bunch. So you can see, I just literally just created that out of almost nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just by understanding that concept, because now I know I can pull that coverage and he's gonna get sucked down on that flat. And he's gonna leave the guy over the top wide open, okay? Same thing here. If I motion him here, oh no, I apologize. I don't think that's gonna work. We'll run it really quick. I don't think that's gonna work if I run right bumper. It's generally the outside receiver that runs it. It's not the inside receiver, but we'll see if it works. He is pulled, and as you can see, he backs up. So right there, it doesn't work the same exact way. It has to be the outside receiver. So you can't just send a guy to the flat. As you can see, he came here and he backed up and played him. You know what I'm saying? That route just takes way too long for it to get there. He backs up and plays him perfectly. So you'd end up throwing a pick anyway. But he did end up playing that flat immediately. He just didn't come out fast enough. So that just gives you an idea on how to pull coverages. So once again, reading the defense, looking at the deep high safety already here, I see 1 deep high safety. I see 2 guys pressed off the 5-yard line, cover 3. Like, that is the pre-snap read. Once you get into your post-snap reads, is as soon as you snap the ball, if you don't see what you like, roll out the pocket, throw it away. There's nothing wrong with that. If you, especially in the first quarter where you're just trying to get a bead on what he's doing, once you have that, then you can start dotting him up. And that's what most pros do. If you go watch any of those videos where you see pros in their first quarter, they aren't really taking a ton of shots. Their offense normally gets to rolling, but if it doesn't, you'll see them roll out the pocket. They'll throw the ball away. They won't make, they'll try and lessen the mistakes, and then they are able to come back on guys because they're starting to figure out what they're doing. That's what most pros do And that's what you need to start doing, and that's what I do. So pre-snap and post-snap reads. Then you're going to be able to understand how to pull those coverages. You know, flats, pull those curl flats, flats by the outside receivers, even smoke screens. If I did a smoke screen on this side here, and I was almost done with the video, but we'll do this real quick. If we did a smoke screen here, or here, golly, X smoke screen. If I did a smoke screen there, and then I would just go Y up, motion him out route, and then we're gonna smart route the out route. That's gonna pull that curl flat as well. As you can see, he pulls and he leaves him wide open. He's really confused. That was a little bit different. I normally wouldn't have read anything like that, but he was confused. Like, he was legit confused. He didn't even know what to do. The computer was confused. He's like, do I cover that smoke screen? Do I not cover the smoke screen? He was kind of sitting there and he's like, I don't know what to do. And he never covers the corner. Corner's left wide open for you to just get down the field. And a lot of guys aren't going to even know to even look. They're looking at the other complete side, like, what's going on? It's a smoke screen. And I just literally pulled his coverage in his cover 3, and I can throw that all day. And that's going to frustrate opponents. When you can start doing stuff like that, you're going to frustrate opponents and you're going to force him to start playing that side. All right. So flats pull, curl flats. Okay. In the cloud flat, he's not going to be a pullable coverage. He can push him back, but he's not really going to pull. He's going to go to the outside and he's going to kind of sit, but that opens up the seams. If you didn't know, somebody running curl flats, or if they running the cloud flat, which is the light blue, if they're running the light blue, and let's say they're in this coverage here, and they go down and up, and it's the cloud flat there, that's gonna leave the seam wide open. And then I could send Y here, and let's say it's his user, or Y on a streak. All right, that's gonna leave that seam wide open. All right, now obviously the user would tend to cover it, but you know, if the user is getting hit somewhere else and you hit him on the right side, you know he's calling those cloud flats, you can throw that nice easy pass play in the seam if he goes cloud flats. So that's what the cloud flat does. And we'll just make it look a little bit more clean. We'll call it a streak on the cloud flat so you can see it. All right, he's gonna pull because that outside receiver is running. As you can see, right in the seam is wide open. Okay, so with the cloud flat, even though it doesn't really pull like the other coverages, you're going to be able to pull it and get him out of that seam area, and that's kind of what you're looking at. So that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you for watching. It is your boy DC. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Always remember, embrace the hate and hate everybody.